Alright. I know I'm 3 minutes late, Rocket, but anyway, let's do the catch up. Okay, so last session, the crew exited Ark Space just after you'd been attacked by some Marines. You'd spent the rest of your journey in Ark Space collecting up their gear, like their pulse rifles, their masks, and several other different artifacts that they had on their person. I believe we rolled and we got some funky stuff. When you landed into Ark Space, you could see a planet. It let off a dull, blue glow. And after some time and a scan, you found a ship in orbit. You headed to that ship, and before heading in, you did a quick scan of the planet and found that it had buildings and structures down there, but no sign of life, no sign of any signals. The party then decided to board the dodgy part of the ship, like a bridge that had snapped off, because the life pod entrance was basically taken. And upon entering, you found a room with a dead pilot and a computer that you didn't really understand, with a countdown. The countdown did hit 0 while you were there, and a wave of arc radiation just come from the planet and washed over the ship. I think Tane was the only one to fail. He didn't get back in time and took a slight amount of damage, and the rest of you managed to get back into the ship, because you knew that modern day ships are protected from this sort of radiation. Their hull is... You guys headed back in, realising that you'd have more time. Tane spent a lot of time trying to communicate with the AI and plugged himself into it, using his arm as a sort of makeshift USB adapter, and was able to control the ship and unlock the door. The party moved out and began to explore, and while heading to the medbay, they encountered some hideous skull-like creatures with spider legs coming out their mouths and the eye sockets. Like a hideous battle occurred, and then you guys managed to defeat these creatures. You went into the medbay to find dried blood and guts and gore everywhere. Heading back out, you also found a display. On the display, it had information about the planet and that pilgrims were in stasis down there, and that there was something like 50 warehouses filled with these life stasis pods. Something like 1.2 million people down there on the planet in stasis, and that every few years 3 or 4 pilgrims are sent up here in life pods to be sent back to Terra. This hasn't been occurring, and swiftly you guys encountered the creature, some sort of eldritch horror that had been feeding off of these bodies every time they came up, and that is why you had seen the trailing life pods behind the ship. A battle occurred, and Tane was nearly taken down by this hideous horror. After you'd finished it off, you guys retreated back for a second, rested, and then pressed further in, finding the dormitory. And that was when Alia felt something. She felt power, and you guys followed her until she found an arc drive. Arne rolled for the level of arc drive and rolled maximum. Fucking couldn't believe it. Rolled a level 10 arc drive. Oh, am I? We ended the session there, just as you had found the arc drive, and I believe someone had picked it up and was about to carry it back to the ship. And Tane, while you guys were doing this, Tane had downloaded the hard drive of the ship, I believe. Am I correct, Arno, in saying I remember you doing that? You downloaded the hard drive.
You don't download the hard drive, you copy it.
Yeah, whatever.
Amateur.
I downloaded the contents of the hard drive to a whatever we want to call it that most resembles a USB stick.
A hollow disk. I don't know. Something sci-fi sounding.
Mm-hmm.
Space disk. A data cube.
You wouldn't download a spaceship.
A space floppy disk. Okay, so...
Space floppy disk.
Anyway, so the group... the crew is all heading back to the ship.
So I just need to interrupt, because I realised there's something important that I need to clarify. When we use our computers on the ship, Is the save icon still the floppy disk?
It is.
Awesome. All right, carry on.
It has survived over thousands of years. No one even knows what it was anymore.
Yeah. They just call it the ancient artifact icon.
The ancient symbol for saving.
No, Alex, this isn't a giant blue slug. It's a neck saver. Okay. Anyway, so the crew ready. I believe Alia was carrying the arc drive. Tane was still kind of in the bridge. I just finished the copy, the hard drive. I believe you'd also found out, Anna, you'd found out this had like an old Wikipedia, didn't it? The ship had like basically an ancient version of Wikipedia, knowledge of the universe before the first Novus.
Yep.
Or during the first Novus, I should say. Lore. Oh no, first Novus. Yes, the first Novus, the time before the Eye, roughly 5,000 years ago. Yeah, it has like a detailed library on it. That was good. So the party reaches the Rust Monster back into the hold, holding the arc drive. You do remember there are 2 pilgrims in life support stasis bubbles still on the ship.
Yeah, I think that was also plan to look at those once we had a chance to. Once we recovered a little bit, but first I need to be able to walk again.
Yeah, you're not feeling too great, that's for sure.
I don't think any of us are.
Okay, so the first call of order, what's everyone doing?
Everest is installing the arc drive.
Okay. Alright, so you head down into the actual, like, engine and, like, basically all the bays underneath the ship. The arc drive is inside a huge cylinder that is normally empty. It's a drive, but it has no power source. The power source is the most powerful part and the most expensive.
That's why Everest is doing this, because he actually stores some of his stuff in the empty box. And he wanted to be first to dispose of it.
So, Everest, do you have any engineering?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, you're not putting this in. You have no idea.
If he places it there and then goes searching for Alia.
Yeah, I mean, bullshit, you find her?
Can Alia be starting with the arc drive, seeing as she's got the spangler?
Alright, yeah, okay, so after Everest does find you, after removing his explicit content from the arc drive, you can make an engineering check. The ship is a level 5 ship, so it will be a level 5 check.
Can I pop in an effort?
You can. You've got an edge of 1, so it would cost you 2 to drop it by level.
Okay. Plop.
Alright.
Why is everything so slow today?
A level... Wait, so you have engineering, you've spent an effort.
Yeah.
So it's a level 3 check.
I'm also trained.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got skill. Perfect. So it takes you...
so slow.
It takes you a long hour to set it up. So those of you who wish to rest can go ahead. And Alia, after placing it in, it takes you a while to realise, but this arc drive is powerful, right? Like, you've seen arc drives before. Your family's rich. As you're installing it, attaching the wires into the correct positions, leaving them to levitate a few inches away so they can draw power out of its like field of power, you begin to realise that this thing's gonna last a while. Not even your father has an arc drive.
I think I better keep this one quiet. It's really something quite special. Feel that. She holds her hand up just to kind of feel that hum.
Yeah. And basically what this means is Because you rolled a 10, the arc drive will only fail if you roll a 1 on a 1d100 every time you travel.
Nice. I'm pretty sure we could run around with this thing for quite some time and not have a single problem. I presume Everest is still there. She's not like just talking to like the wall.
He's standing there and he's obviously covering dirty magazines with his hands and he's like, oh, there will never be a problem if I drive.
Yeah, you're right. Just a little bit careful on the harmful softwares, alright? I don't think it's got anything to do with the internal systems, but you never know.
Oh, I won't install any more than I've already have. If I put in one more taskbar, I won't be able to see the browser anymore, so... I have it exactly how I like it.
And I have you in a sandbox.
Okay, so the rest of you, so Celeste and Tane, as you are resting, or doing what you are doing in this hour, when the arc drive is installed, you do notice the difference. Like, you've spent a long time in the ship now, like 2 weeks, and you get used to the sound, right? You get used to the kind of the white noise it makes as you are traveling, and it changes. That frequency that you've been used to for so long ups a notch, almost kind of like a... If you've ever, like, you guys, as you approach arc gates, you get that kind of high whine. You now have that for like a minute, and then it fades. It's as if like you've kind of got used to it. Most ships have something like, it's weird, it's called like an anti-anxiety drive. It's this noise that it plays that you can't normally hear. Humanoids, it was long found out like millennia ago that humanoids need the noise of their home planet, otherwise they get like nauseous in space, etc. That's the kind of thing you're getting used to now. You kind of feel a bit uneasy as you're getting used to it.
I was like, oh no, I have tinnitus. I knew this would happen. So are we ditching this? Are we done, or are we going back to the weird alien ship? Because I like an arc drive, but what about a second arc drive?
Second arc drive's always good. I'm feeling a bit beat up. I've got a few more hours in me.
Yeah, like
Let's go and have a little look around.
level 10. Yeah, just so you know, the arc drive you currently have is worth 10 million Corpo credits.
That's fucked. What if we rest for now and then go back over?
It's enough to buy
Right.
like a proper massive frigate style warship, but yeah.
What, and just carry on using arc gates like we already have been?
Yeah, it's fair. That's fair.
Very sick.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, we should just sell it, and we'll buy a level 1 arc core, and then get a big ship.
Yeah, but like an arc core, a level 1 arc core gets destroyed in you roll a 1 on a 1d10, so it's a little bit
fine.
shitter.
Just imagine Everest.
You can
Everest
spend an XP.
parking an Imperial Star Destroyer like, beep, 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 beep. Sorry.
Kind of want you to sell it just so I can see it. Yeah.
I imagine Everest's retirement plan would just be to buy the biggest broadcasting unit he can and just override every channel with his favorite movie.
Intergalactic cable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Everest. Once you go back to the bridge, a new part of the UI has opened up, kind of unlocked, and it's as you move over and flick it up to the screen in front of you, it opens up a star map of Titan's Reach. And at that point, Celeste, dual-purpose communication device rings.
The one that we got from
Kerry
our original
Love, yeah.
job benefactor.
Mm-hmm.
I'll answer it.
It's staticky. And his voice comes across. There's no hollow of him this time.
Mm-hmm.
Celeste, where are you? In some time.
If I could answer that, I would, but unfortunately at the moment I can't. But we should be back on track soon. Very soon, hopefully.
I've had
In the
news.
next few hours.
I've had news from Dr. Jared. Should be there by now.
We've had a few complications along the way, but we'll be ready to leave shortly. As I say, in the next few hours, I believe.
Good. I don't want my money to go to waste.
Are we still meeting in Thea?
Second? Of course. Remember, deliver to Dr. Jared. Thea. The Thea system.
Yes. If he's contacted you, do you have any update on his whereabouts?
I do. Okay. So he sends forward onto the communication device some coordinates in the Thea system. It opens up a slight star map. And you realise that it's planetless. Except for a tiny, man-built science facility. It's orbiting around this star quite a distance. And then it zooms in on that and shows you like a science base. There's pretty unknown to the Imperium. You're meant to go here.
Very well. We'll keep you updated. I'll let you know when we arrive in Thea.
Good. Oh, and if you are to take the Arc Gate from Holdfast, remember it's guard. It's guarded. I told you that, right?
Yes, hence the complications, but we've resolved that problem now, I think.
Good. Anyway, good luck.
I'll speak to you shortly.
Communication goes dead.
Captain.
Hello.
Comms. How close are we to finishing with the arc drive? Are we ready to move soon?
Pretty much there.
Their cargo.
Well, it's not too much trouble. I think me and Trevor is going to head back over and see what we could get.
What you can get?
You know,
What are you looking for?
well, we found this. Just going to have a little scope around the ship before we leave.
A bit of liberation. I'll come with you if you like.
And then we can be on our merry way. Off our own steam, of course, this time.
I'll come down to join you.
No, if you want my assistance, let's wait now. Or I'll stay at the back and run if it gets dicey.
Meanwhile, Tane's just like in the med bay.
Yeah, the initial time I spent while they were sorting the arc drive was helping out Tane get set up on the auto dock and providing him with whatever bandages, meds, and stuff that he needed.
Everest, on the bridge, remember I mentioned that you now have a star map of...
Yeah, Everett's clicked it away thinking it was a pop-up from one of those.
Never
and then
mind.
he reopened it.
I won't tell you the vital information that you would have seen, because it's Everest. Never mind.
Yeah, Celeste is not a trained medic, so probably her help consisted of giving you about 30% more morphine than you actually needed.
That sounds very helpful.
Did you want us? Do you want us to manual explore, Liam, or do we need to just say we're going to give a thorough little look around?
Yeah, you can tell me you give a thorough look around, because you've basically explored most of it. However, you do find...
Yeah, we've got a couple of doors there.
Yeah, you do find some, like, arboretums, you know, like places that would have harboured plant life to, like, harvest oxygen, carbon dioxide, and things.
Yeah.
Inside those, you find great, like, blooms of fungus. Other than that, you don't find much else.
Are there any seed banks?
Seed banks. Yes, there are.
Cool. Anything extinct?
Do you have any nature or anything skills that on that? You could roll like
I've got a computer.
Yeah, I know. Well, that can be an asset to help. But a level 5 intellect check dropped to level 4 because of your computer.
Google it. Google it.
I'll Google it and I'll double effort it.
Astroherbology.
What did you say it was? Level 5?
Yeah.
So that becomes level 2?
Oh! So,
the seeds.
so as you are moving around the Arboretum, you do find some like spore and seed banks. But it becomes very swiftly apparent that these are alien life forms. Like they're like alien plant life. They're nothing to do that you'd probably expect that would be imported from Terra Prima. And then as you go to leave the room, there's a explosion of spores.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Okay. Joy.
Oh dear.
Answer that one in the future.
You're literally going to be a head crab.
No. So what was the rest of you doing?
Everest is like behind, but he's staying in the back because he's hurt.
And I was exploring the ship.
Yeah, so
Preferably not in filthy fungus one.
Yeah, when you head back to the main chamber that you found the arc drive installed, the door to the north leads to a control panel. Like a control room.
Ooh, have a little look at that. Or is that just it?
I will just like remove the lighting on this on the entire map for you guys. See it. Assuming you can see everything now?
Oh, nice. I can, yeah.
But yeah, that, Todd, where you're
Anything in
looking,
here? No,
yeah,
or is-
that's the control room. It looks like almost like an engine. There's some dead engines. There's some scraps and spare parts.
Anything useful?
Not really. Not that you can see.
It's all old shit, I'm guessing. And alien.
Anything that had power is long dried out. Obviously, the arc core didn't. The rest all seems to just be dead.
I think we're good here. Mr. Everest?
Oh, should I prepare the ship for takeoff?
I think so.
As you guys are leaving in the life pod area, you do see the 2 life support bubbles.
Oh yeah. We need
Yeah,
to
that's
check that
fine.
out, don't
Time's
we?
drugged up.
Okay, we could check that out, but how about, and he takes out like a piece of paper and pins it over the display? We haven't seen anything.
I honestly,
Look, I might be slightly gone, but I can still hear you guys.
I couldn't in good faith. I can't believe you even suggested it. I'll do it if I have to.
Oh, I was just playing devil's advocate. Of course we help these people. I would never.
Uh-huh.
I'm happy to play devil's advocate here. We are on a job, and I have just had a call. They do seem to be quite in a hurry to get their cargo.
Well, that's fine, but why the rush now?
I don't know. I mean, to be fair, I'd quite like to be rid of this thing as well. That's my rush. And also, we've dealt with the problem here. The creature thing is gone. Now the life pods, they can go on their journey as they would have been programmed.
Well, they can't, because this ship was supposed to take them elsewhere after they dock here, and we took the arc drive, and there's no people piloting it. But,
They still have their regular drive. We'll just program one of them to wake up in 2,000 years.
I appreciate each of the arguments, but I'm afraid in this one circumstance, I'm going to pull rank. We help.
can we do a ship announcement and just ask them to come to the bridge?
I mean, they're pods. I don't think they're going to be going far.
Check a
Yeah, so as you go to check the pod, it's only a 1 minute look around when you find it has a sort of like like a pulley lever. When you pull it, it shoots up maybe 3-4 foot and begins to levitate.
We can take it with us.
It doesn't really solve the problem. I mean, I assume the problem you were trying to solve was the 1 million people down on the planet. If it's just for the sake of the 1 or 2, then I don't even really see the point.
Yeah, that's what
Okay,
I was
now I'm
getting at as well. Like we wake these up to see what the hell they're about, and then we let the others come to the party, right?
Yeah, I don't think we can quite accommodate everyone.
Does anyone know how to open this thing then?
Is there like a register? Can we pick the hot ones?
Well, one of the ones in the bubble currently looks like a female in her late 40s. The other one's a male. There's 2 people, 2 bubbles.
What's that movie called with Chris Pratt where he's like wakes
Passenger.
up out of
Passenger.
space? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like right now.
To answer your question, Captain, you're the engineer.
Yeah, so currently, Todd, Alia has pulled that lever, and they float, and you can
Yeah.
drag them around like they're helium balloons, weightless.
What if we just give them to the client as like a bonus? Like, sorry we're late, but here's also these 2 random ancient people we found.
I think having a chat with them might be better. Arlia tries to open it. No more discussion, I guess.
Which one? Both of them float in front of them currently. Because they've got like I say, they've got like this like anti-grav sort of movement ability where you can move things around. It's at this point though that Celeste, the walls begin to warp.
Did we just get hit with another radiation burst?
Move back
I
and
thought the ship's blocking them.
you do feel dizzy, and the walls begin to wave around. Colours seem to dance in front of your vision, and everyone sees Celeste's eyes, kind of like the pupils go completely kind of like dark and black, and her eyes go wide, and in the distance, Celeste, you begin to hear music.
You okay?
Can we turn the music off now? Like, I'm trying to think, but did the radiation do something?
Turns to Everest. I think she's got space dementia.
Don't look at me.
Right.
I don't know
Mr.
what
Everest,
getting hit by radiation feels like.
you help Celeste back to the ship. She doesn't look very good. I'm going to float these 2 into the cargo bay for the moment so we can get out of any kind of harmful environment. I'll work out how to open them there.
Yes, ma'am. Come here, Celeste.
To
I don't know
answer
what
your
getting...
question, it's colourful. It feels colourful when you hit radiation.
Oh, that's so like space math. Okay, I know about that.
Also,
Just,
Irish, by
just
the
keep
sound of it.
straight.
I feel like I'm actually in good hands here.
Makes you feel Irish.
I feel like I'm
I'm going
Irish,
to grab the
not
2
that.
pods and follow behind.
No, it's so space meth. What the fuck? Yeah, so you drag the pods back onto the ship, and Celeste, with wobbly legs, is helped by Everest back to the ship.
And I guess he
She goes-
plumps it down in the med bay on the next seat.
Okay, yeah.
Randomly screams occasionally. Falls over. Gets back up. Carries on walking. Screams a bit. Looks around in all directions. Keeps going.
It
Well,
does.
the good news is we're going to a doctor. If we're lucky, might be of medicine. If we're unlucky, maybe astrology.
Alright, so did you say you sit Celeste down in the mid?
Yeah.
Alright, so Tane, you take Tane off the... There are only one seat, so you take Tane off. And then put Celeste back down.
Yeah, sorry, Tane. You're just bleeding. Her insides might be going liquid, so I think we need to prioritize here.
That sounds nice.
It doesn't take long. Apparently it's a well-known compound that's in her bloodstream. It's 300 milligrams of psilocybin running around her bloodstream. She is currently on a massive overdose of shrooms.
Oh!
And it's peaking
This is
because
my area of expertise.
it's hitting her fast because you see her like waving her arms around. It's just there's objects in front of her vision.
Okay, Tane, in this case what we need is a massive amount of chicken wings. Because the next stage of this is the munchies.
Just imagine
Chickens
Celeste
can't
just
fly.
sitting there and there's two giant chicken wings having this conversation.
Yes, it's bad. It's bad. Those spores are doing a number on you for sure.
Well, I'll leave her in your care. I'll calibrate the ship to get to that doctor.
All right.
I skipped the class on arc drives.
Yeah, alright. I'll care for
we got the fucking party room rather than the med bay.
Oh, I forgot because I'm
Him
stoked.
dosed up on morphine. Oh yeah, and he's stoked out of his fucking mind on his.
I don't
Oh,
last
my
like an hour. I think it's probably over by now.
This is just. I can't believe Todd's character's the only one who's like semi-sensible at the moment.
Todd will come back and we will have installed disco lights in the med bay.
But yeah, Everest like gets in the cockpit and checks the star map to calibrate the jump to that doctor's location we've been given.
The Thea system, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so when you open up the star map and you're moving, you go, yeah, okay, and you're beginning to get used to how the arc drive works, selecting where to go, and you go, holy, and you stop. You are 4,400 light years outside of Titan's Reach.
Ah,
4,400 light years outside of Titan's Reach. Outside the closest arc gate.
well, good thing
That's a
we
good
found
thing we
this
have an
arc
arc
drive.
drive.
We found it then. Jesus.
This is your pilot speaking. We're currently 4,400 miles off of known territory. If we hadn't found this arc drive, we'd be fucked. So, good God. Good job, us.
You what now?
Celeste adds it to the other disembodied voices that are already going through her head.
I'm repeating for you, Tane. There's no McDonald's within a 4,400 light year radius.
Now, Mac, what?
A Space Donald's.
Oh, what? You make even less sense than I do.
Do you want a piloting check for this?
No. It's an arc core, you just go, I go here.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Is that what you do?
Nice.
No, not yet, Captain. You good?
Good. I'm just gonna stow the life pods for the moment. It looks like we're gonna deal with that when we're all sentient.
Tane. You remember
Yeah.
a week or two ago, while you were travelling through Greenholm system, you heard a voice down in the cargo bay.
Yeah, I'm hearing them now
Yeah.
too.
But now it's even weirder. It's like she's coming from a real distance, and you're in a like a large hall. I guided you to the core, so you could help me.
Wow, Celeste, you're really good. What'd you call it? Like a puppeteer. Didn't know you could do that. That's cool. But what core are you talking about?
There's so many puppets. There's so many puppets. It's just that continuously after you say that.
Okay, so Tane, the voice continues. I didn't guide you here. Give you the most powerful arc core in existence. For you to just hand me over. Open the door. Celeste, you see Tane kind of like, talking, and the voice kind of goes, it's like you can see words. You can see the words coming out of his mouth, like comic book style.
Like synesthesia, but for actual, like, vocals.
Yep.
Yeah, so, alright. And he walks over to the, like, the door to the med bay, presses the button to open the med bay, and then goes to lie back down.
Ooh. Cargo bay. Open my door.
It's such a long walk, though. Come
Cargo
on.
Bay, Cargo Road.
There's silence.
Yeah, I'll do it later.
Yeah, Everest, you activating the arc drive?
Well, he's still waiting for Captain's command. He's just playing Microsoft Pinball.
This is the captain speaking. That's. That's. I'm trying to think of something cool to say, but I can't. Let's just go.
Do you want to push the button? This is like a big moment for a ship's owner.
Okay, yes, thank you. What is it, a big red button?
No, it's just an activate. You just press one side on a hollow screen to like activate the first bar, and then the second bar. It's the first bar's a you want to do it, and then are you sure?
When we get there, I'm going to get a massive Space Donald's. Press the button.
Alright. Press the button. I rolled for the arc drive. It survives the trip. Good. I rolled a 37.
It'd be very frustrating.
Well, I'm sure one of you would have spent an experience if I'd rolled a 1, right? There's no way you're letting something like that go. So,
know,
Yeah, that was a warship.
just so you guys know, you can do that with artifacts. Like, if they've got a depletion of 1, you can re-roll that 1 with experience. Anyway, yeah, so the ship lurches forward for a moment. It's the Rust Monster. Of course it's not going to burst straight into a sprint. Its activation, its first activation to enter arc space is less of a jog and more of a kind of like a drunken fall. And then the moment it enters arc space, all of you feel that electrostatic. And up on the bridge, Everest and Alia, you enter arc space. You see that blur of kind of greenish blue around the bridge window. Into arc space. An hour. Till you reach the other side.
Well, if you'll excuse me, I am going to go take a rest.
Yeah, I'm gonna check on the two crazy people in the med bay.
Thanks.
Everest says, and then he makes a lot of chicken wings.
Okay, cool. Leftovers from...
And then he brings them over and just watches the two while he recovers himself, because he's also fucked.
Oh no.
Yeah. Celeste, like, reaches for a chicken wing, and then, like, her fingers turn to chicken wings, and she just sits there sucking repeatedly on her fingers.
No, I
we
didn't
get
lose too
our,
much 10-hour one, sorry.
Can we get our hour rest?
You can get... Well... those of you who are doing nothing in the hour can get the hour rest.
Yeah, I'm not doing anything.
So, Alia, did you want to do anything?
No, she was going to take the hour rest, but then I clicked the button, then rolled, so it came up as the 10-hour one, sorry.
That's alright.
Amazing, I got +2. So I'm still fucked.
Nothing occurs. There is no attack, there is nothing. Except Tane, you do keep hearing the voice during that hour. You do keep hearing the kind of plea to open the door.
Yeah. Just 5 more minutes. Eventually, after an hour or so, once the morphine starts wearing off a little bit. We're like, hey, how you feeling, Celeste? Are you still want to eat your fingers?
Oh yeah, this is gonna last at least another 4 or 5 hours for her. Maybe even a day.
Yeah, okay.
Lingering effects. The med base doing what it can. Like she's still hooked up, but there's a lot in her bloodstream.
Yeah, I'll get up and walk over and try and find Alia. Hey, Captain.
Mr. Toad, how are you feeling?
Yeah, a bit better, but just this voice that keeps telling me to open the door to the cargo bay, and I'm not really sure if that's a good idea, but, you know, in the end, it's kind of that voice that got us here and got us this ARC course, so we'll go with it.
Without being indelicate, are you sure it wasn't the fentanyl? Or...
Quite?
Well, you're on some powerful shit in the med bay, and I didn't particularly... Are you sure you heard what you heard?
Yeah, I mean, it keeps going now as well.
Ah. Well, we do need to make a decision on that, and we're fairly certain that we know that it's something a little bit untoward, right? Well, we should be nearing our destination at some point to get rid of it, and I would say, I for one, if my vote counts for much, we keep it where it is.
Yeah, you reckon?
Well, unless you have any counterbalance points, the last time it had any kind of influence on the ship, I believe we were fighting squid monsters.
In a way, sure, but did that really bother us that much? I mean, we just left, right? Didn't harm us.
Well, it hasn't really got anywhere else to go, but here, with the four of us, Mr. Tane, I trust you. If you want to open the door, open the door.
Well, that's the most foolish thing you said today, but alright. I mean, the trusting me part. I generally tend to make impulsive decisions, but okay, let's go for it.
Okay.
And he just walks over to...
I don't like how wide Liam's eyes got.
I don't like how wide he's got either, but I also don't like that he asked me. She's like the most naive piece of shit possible.
Everest is just asleep in the med bay with his head in the bucket.
She will go on comms, though, to be fair, and was just about to, and was just like, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tane has taken the decision to open the cargo bay, and I support his decision. If you'd like to be present after all, we put a lot of effort into this, then please, feel free to come on down.
I'm so
excuse
glad I'm
me?
touching balls right now.
This is Everest in the med bay? What the fuck?
Mr. Everett. Sorry, we'll wait for you.
No, if you'll excuse me, I'll be in the cockpit ready to air out the cargo bay. Do you not want to wait until we are out of, arc space?
I did think that initially, but Mr. Tane seems very dead set.
I can wait a bit if you want.
Yeah, let's wait till we're out of arc space, so, I can vent it into space worst case.
Yeah, alright.
With people present in the cargo bay included, so I really rethink what you're doing there.
Mr. Tane, are you sure you still don't have fentanyl in your system?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, either way.
Yeah, Everest gets in the cockpit and gets ready to,
That's a good point about the airing thing, though. So I'll put on a suit and hook myself up to something so you can safely air it, and then...
Right, yeah, while you're in arc space, the ship just won't allow you to do that.
Yeah, that's fine. But I can prepare for when we get out. So I'll put on a suit and I'll find some nice place to hook myself to, so that in case he does want to empty the airlock, at least I won't go flying out.
Alia looks more and more uncomfortable, but also not assertive enough to say anything.
So we're on the last, minutes of arc travel right now. So...
I mean, yeah, Everest is in the cockpit. I think we're just waiting until we're out of arc space and then we're opening it.
Okay, so and there's that resounding whoomph. Unlike arc gate travel, you don't come out of an arc gate. You use an arc drive. So you come out where Everest had programmed you to come out with a resounding sonic boom. The ship rattles with the power. Would you have been close to the science facility that you wanted to be near? Or would you have been further out of the system? Where did you want to come out of arc space, Everest?
What was that?
So when you travel via arc drive, you don't come out of an arc gate. You can come out wherever you want to in the system. As long as there is an arc gate in the system, you can come out in that system anywhere you want.
Yeah,
So-
we just come out like in front of the. You know, when Star Wars in the first thing, when the Star Destroyers warp in and like planet reach, that's how we warp in.
Yeah, so like, what the f- when you just see like this moon-sized science facility here,
It's like Everest grew up poor, right? So he wants people to see that he's not coming out of an arcade.
Yeah, so let me describe this facility. This moon-sized facility looks like a moon, right? Except on closer inspection, you notice the ground isn't terrestrial. It's huge plates, steel grey, in awkward angles. From afar, it looks like a crystal dome. Like,
Does it have a giant death laser?
doesn't, I'm afraid.
No.
That's like, although it does have huge trenches and channels between those steel plates. It's very angular. It's not spherical. Like I said, how can I describe it? Like if you've ever seen Crystal Maze, the thing they shove them in at the end, that large crystal, it's almost like that, but moon-sized and steel grey. It's hard to explain the shape. And each facet has lines and lines of lights and docks and ships. It's a weird system. Those of you who are educated like Alia would know that it's on the periphery of the arc wall, a huge region of space that has inexplicably like no stars, nothing. And as far as anyone is concerned, there's no arc gates out there. There's no way to travel that way, not without encountering dangers. Theories being that it's a massive region of the Titan's Reach that is just black holes, and it's dangerous.
Favorite place to be.
Yeah, it's dangerous to traverse. But this science facility here in Fear studies it, and as you approach, you see there are hundreds of bays here, and like thousands.
Okay, this is your pilot speaking. We have arrived at the moon. If we release some sort of monstrous entity here, chances are good it'll first destroy something else before us. So if you want to open the cargo, now's a good time.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the science base, sorry.
Honestly.
Hmm?
Who got the approval to call it that?
He'll take through. God.
Probably someone thought it was funny because it looks like a moon, right?
Hmm?
I'll just check that my suit's like closed and everything. Snap the helmet on. Do up the clasps. Ready?
As I'll ever be.
Alright.
He also looks at your suit and thinks, "Ooh,
Okay, so I'm confused what's going on here. Is this about landing or is this about opening the cage, the box?
It's about opening the box. That's what we said we do when we got out of arc space, right?
Yeah. Okay, and I feel sorry for Celeste.
We're like the really fucking shitty UPS delivery driver where they don't even like take it to the post box. They just like fucking yeet it down the driveway at you. Just opens the cargo bay and fucking ejaculates it towards.
Oh, we're not sending it out into space. We're opening the thing. Right?
we're definitely like Hermes then."
I mean, that might happen afterwards, but hey.
Okay, so
So yeah, I'll hook myself up to something, get close, and open it.
alright, so the first gate in Bastholm was breached, right? You found out it had like a second layer of security. So as you walk open to that door, a failsafe had activated and slammed it shut. It doesn't take you long to open that door. But once that door opens and automatically like slides, there's like a second layer. And this door seems to be a blue shield. And you can see it's got like connections behind it, either side. And behind that blue shield, the first time you see what's inside, coiled up in some sort of disgusting looking tentacle, is a female human. It almost comes out of where her belly button should be, and then wraps round her leg, her right leg, and all the way down. Her left leg is twisted and gnarled, and at one point the leg bends back in the wrong direction. However, everything above the belly button and the torso is more human, more attractive. It reveals a naked torso of a athletic looking woman. Her arms are held up, and you can see chains attached to the top. The chains glow with some sort of arc energy. Her head's kind of loose, and her chin's touching her collar, where her head's loose, and she's got long white hair that's kind of hanging down all the way down to her breasts. As you do that, her face looks up, and you see hollow eyes. Where eyes should be, there's just the lid stitched. She just says, "Come." She doesn't speak. Her mouth doesn't move.
A ventriloquist.
Also, Thane was getting at before. It's less, but Thane on drugs and other things. Anyway, so he looks at this like, So, what exactly did you do to get like that and get in there?
I lost.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's not what a winner looks like.
I will forgive you for that slight. For you, my knight.
It's no slight, just fact, sorry. Anyway, carry on.
You, my knight, who will set me free and rescue me from my tower. Release me, and you will be spared and rewarded.
You what now?
Release me.
Yeah, I heard that part, but what about the rest of it?
Will be spared and rewarded.
Spared from what? I mean, you're in a box. I mean, no offense, but does it really feel like you're in a position to negotiate right now?
There's a smile that creeps
I kind of
across
want to
her
help
face.
you, but you're kind of putting me off the idea now.
A smile creeps across her face, and it's almost too large, almost serpent-like. You can pick the lesser two evils. You give me to him, your galaxy burns. You release me now, I save it, and I claim back what once was mine. Release me, and everything will not burn.
I mean, that sounds like fair enough, but hey, folks, I'm not dead yet, so that's the good news. I don't think we need to, open any airlocks anytime soon. But seems. Sorry, what's your name?
Me? You don't know my knight? You don't know my name?
Look, you seem smart, but you also seem a bit dense. I'm asking you your name, and you're making a riddle out of it. Can you just tell me your name?
What has happened in this galaxy? They cannot remember their queen.
This is
Okay.
the cockpit speaking. I can't see via the cameras. I had pizza.
And he's gone.
Sorry, carry on with plot relevant stuff.
I can't.
So, she's our queen or something. I don't know. She doesn't want to tell me her name, which is kind of annoying. She's speaking in riddles, and apparently she's going to make the galaxy burn if we give her to whoever we're supposed to give her to. Mr. Jared, Dr. Jared was the name, right? Celeste.
Okay, here babbling returns.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, the galaxy burning sounds kind of bad, but yeah, she keeps calling me her knight, but yeah, that never happened. No ceremony, no sword, no cross, none of that stuff. So,
Does she offer some tangible reward that's not the galaxy not burning?
oh yeah, like you'll be spared and all that stuff. Like, look, you're seeing this conversation I'm having, right? Like, you need to add something onto it to convince my friends that that's the right way to go, because I don't think they're buying it. Liam, that was directed at her.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry.
So Everest is asking for like tangible benefits, and I just reply, well, she's just offering to spare us and for us to be rewarded, as it said in riddles. And then I turn to her and say, look, queen, or whatever you want to call yourself, my friends here, they don't seem too keen on listening to you, so I think you're gonna have to be a little bit more clear in what you're meaning, because all this like, ooh, I'm gonna burn the galaxy stuff, that's all nice and stuff, but we can't do anything with that, you know? So tell us what we're getting if we don't let you burn the galaxy.
Never said I would burn. Handing me over caused the gap. Don't hand me over. I will take what was mine, and you will all be spared.
Yeah, see, this is why you need to communicate clearly, because that what you're saying now makes sense. What you said before was just like incomprehensible nonsense. So why exactly will the galaxy burn if we hand you over? Who's gonna do that?
You think that this doctor has the good of all living things in mind? I know his mind.
I mean, not really. I don't know the guy, so.
None of us know the guy. This is Cockpit speaking. We don't know the guy.
He will bring my sister back from the astral realm.
Yeah, again with the riddles. Like, what's your sister got to do with this?
You really don't know.
Well, obviously. Why would I be asking these questions if I knew?
I am Cayendela, Archmagus of all Imperium.
Mm-hmm.
Those of you who are educated, make intellect checks.
Yeah.
Everest
Everest is
like,
look, guys, I spent my childhood harvesting whales. I'm drawing a blank here.
That ain't quite,
Also,
is
does
that right?
anyone know where the camera is? Because I want to take pictures.
So Ollie, the name is like something from like a fairy tale, like synonymous with like the witch in Snow White and thing. A name you remember hearing in bedtime stories.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. Mr. Tane, that's ringing all the wrong kind of negative bells.
You as well, really. All kind of negative bells. Why don't you just come out and say it? What does that mean?
Honestly, I don't know. I rolled really low.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything with this information from either of you, so, and he just, like, shrugs.
Silence.
Right, well, since neither of you want to speak clearly to me, I'm just going to leave this to the two of you and figure it out together. See ya.
Alia, a voice enters your mind.
Yep.
Princess, you are a pawn of my sister. House is nothing but lies. Your control wrested it from me. I am your true queen. Release me, princess, and I will restore your family the heights it once served in. Your mother AI, your imperial eye, nothing but lies. A desperate grasp my sister took to turn herself immortal.
I must ask what you plan to do with your freedom, should you receive it.
Take back my throne.
Which is what throne, exactly?
The throne. The throne that governs all galaxy. You don't understand the threat that my sisters provoke. They plot and they scheme. Like I told you, one has the Imperium under its thumb. The other waits beyond the Black Wall. Army of her own ready to burn. See. She
Well, I
can't
can
have
find
it.
out.
Nobody will. I am your last hope for salvation, princess. Release me, and I will be your savior.
Well, those things do sound pretty good. Mr. Tane, I think we should release this poor creature.
Didn't you just say before that you heard all sorts of, like, alarm bells ringing?
Yes, I know, but it sounds like things are way worse than I thought they were.
So you heard alarm bells before, causing you not to want to do it. Now it's worse, but you do want to do it?
Well, it was before she told me about all the evil and... Look, are you hearing this too? Or have I got some of the shroom stuff on me?
No, I mean, I let you two talk, so I kind of, like, phased out. Seems rude to, like, say I'm leaving the conversation and still actually pay attention, so... Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I'm just curious how that shift of mind works. I mean, it's kind of relying on you to be the voice of reason here. If that's what you're saying, then let's go with it.
Mr. Everest, are you listening in?
Sure.
I wasn't plainly watching something.
He still has, like, the big red button open to just vent the entire cargo bay. He was recalibrating all cameras in the cargo bay to point at the exit to the container.
Yes. What assurances do we have that you will keep your word to us, should we decide to free you?
You'll have my word. Word of a queen is her honor. And the word honor echoes in your mind? Is it not? Uncle?
And when you take back your throne, how is it that you intend to rule?
The way I intended long ago. provide unity for mankind.
Oh,
And the
well,
way
that doesn't sound
the way
right.
she says mankind and then repeats for humanity, you realise that doesn't include like the way she says it is very reminiscent of like a tyrant mentioning like, you know, I will bring unity for my country. It's there ain't
She's a
room
bit
for anyone
xenophobic,
else.
yeah?
Yeah, you get that, yeah.
Oh, Mr. Tane, I'm very unsure.
Want Flip going for it? I think I have one somewhere.
You know how I wanted to just tape over a piece of paper over the life signs? Let's just do that again. Let's just close the door.
But she says if we do that, the galaxy will burn anyway.
Yeah, but we have an arc drive.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point.
Currently, Everest, like in front of you, out of the bridge window there, you know, like it's like you're approaching a massive mechanical planet, right? It's now taking up the entire horizon. You're slowly approaching, and through the comms device, you do hear a voice come through. This is Imperial Lunatech 3. You are approaching Bay 140. You are free to land. Rust monster. And then you feel like you hear that click as if it's exchanging hands, and then you hear another voice come through, and then you hear, "This is Dr. Jared. Is the cargo safe? It better be."
This is Everest of the Rust Monster. We are sorry for delays. Cargo is safe.
Good. Your 15,000 corporal credits await you.
Sounds great. And he switches to shipcom. Yeah, I spoke to the doctor. They have the money. What did the naked woman in the tank offer?
Yeah, it's kind of like a bit more of a choice of fate rather than money, really. But yeah, sounds a bit sketchy to me. I don't know.
I have this big fancy grill I wanted to buy, so I don't make decisions, but I'd like the money. Celeste also seems like more of a money person than a the world doesn't burn person, so I feel like if she wasn't high, that'd be her work.
Captain?
Like stares the queen down.
Captain?
I say we let her go.
Empty eye sockets regard you, Alia, and you hear her voice. A right choice is never easy to make.
I say we do it.
Yeah, you're the captain.
Yeah, it's your prerogative. If you want to release like an eldritch being as your teenage mistake, that's fair. I got really drunk once, so that's the same thing. Like gets ready to do a drift maneuver to arc drive away.
What does this recipient, this good doctor, intend to do with you?
At this moment, Celeste. GM intrusion.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Alright, you get an experience. You can give it to someone else.
I know how it works. You send it on phone boy. You send it on through.
I can't. That part of the doesn't work anymore.
Oh, okay. Everest.
Nice.
Okay, so Everest gets an experience. Celeste, you get an experience. You experience a vision. I know you're experiencing visions right now, but you experience a particular vision. You shoot up from the medbay C, and you see a massive arc gate. It opens, and as it does, you see worlds burning. And the next thing you know, you're vomiting violently everywhere around the medbay. It's like all over the floor, all up the walls. You take 4 damage to your might pool, and then your vision clears. And you're like, you know, like after you've been really sick and ill, you're just shivering. You're like cold, inexplicably cold. You like sit up, almost slip, and go, oh. You're just completely shaking and you can hear this stuff going on the tannoy, like between Everest and the captain. You have kind of no idea what's going on.
I will disengage my comms for a second, and I will take my 1 action rest.
Okie dokie. I'd like to point out that you rolled a GM intrusion, 1, and then you rolled 2 1s for your recovery rolls. It's been a good session so far.
Not going well.
After I've taken my brief respite from chundering everywhere and a hell of a trip, I'll jump back on the comms. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been out of it for a while. I was having terrible visions. What's happening? Have we arrived yet?
There happen to be visions of a galaxy burning.
Yes. What? What do you mean?
This lady's telling us that if we don't do certain things, the galaxy's gonna burn. And I figured I'd just ask.
Todd, whatever you're doing is loud.
Sorry.
I think you're going to have to elaborate a little bit more. What lady?
Oh, the one in the box. She told me to let her out, and so I went out to see if I should let her out.
And she's out?
Well, no, but she wants to be.
Oh,
And she's the one saying that if we don't let her out, the galaxy's going to burn. So I figured, well, if you're having prophetic visions, might as well ask what they're about.
well, to be honest, I didn't think they were prophetic. I thought they were, mostly just fucked up. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them were. It was a lot of chicken wings. I can't really explain it, but near the end, there was something similar to, as you suggested. Sorry,
Yeah, so she's
there's a
saying...
woman in the box?
Yeah, come
You
down
know
and have a
what?
look.
I'm coming down. She kind of stands and steadies herself and heads
Yeah,
out.
so you get a kind of voice come through your head. The more, the merrier.
Disconcerting.
Well, you
How
read
about-
It's got kind of a strange voice for a woman, don't you think?
Yeah, almost like she may have died a long time ago and her voice is slightly husky from misuse. Anyway, so
Hate
as
it
you
when
reach
that
the
happens.
cargo bay, you can all of you feel like the ship, like Everest, the ship's controls. You're getting within range for them to be taken over, to be pulled into the bay. Like, it's dragged in for like a traction beam.
Everest does like a weird maneuver where he hops the ship back and he pretends there's technical difficulties with the controls to buy more time.
Yeah, the moment you say that, like, Dr. Jarod's voice comes over. Rust Monster, what is going on in there?
I spilled my chicken wings all over the controls and I can't seem to wrest control back. We're working on it.
You've got 5 minutes.
Mr. Everest, be ready for a turn and burn.
And he's like really confused on which con channel he is and he switches back. Yeah, I'm readying that up right now. It's getting ready to drift and arc drive away to the nearest space tunnels he's currently
Alright. This is quite tense. All right, so the moment you get down there, Celeste, you see that the front like automatic door is open, and you see like a blue beam, almost like a laser gate in the way of this woman with a lower half of almost serpentine tentacle and a gammy leg.
What in the reach is that?
This is our cargo.
Yeah, that's really fucked up. Can you move it closer to the camera already?
Well, you're not wrong. That is quite fucked up. What even is this thing?
Queen, apparently.
Queen of what?
Yeah, she gave me her name, but it was so long I kind of forgot.
Iandela.
God, it
Celeste,
speaks.
you are, its mouth doesn't move, but you are an intelligent character. Do you have any, no, you wouldn't have any history or anything like that, but you can roll an intellect check.
Sure.
Well.
Hey, finally.
I am going to whisper Rocket something. Give me a second, just looking up some names. That's... I spelled triumphant wrong, but never mind. Difficult one to spell.
Oh. That queen. Okay. What was all this about the galaxy burning?
No, but what do you mean, oh, that queen?
Yes, that does pique my interest. I have to say there's something lingering in the back of my mind too.
Well, as far as I'm aware, she was the first queen of the Imperium, one of the original Archmagesses.
Yeah, I mean, she did literally say that. I just have no idea what that means.
It's from before the first Novus. I don't know how much I need to catch up on history, but
Quite a bit, like, by the sound of it.
well, as far as I'm aware, disembodied voice, correct me if I'm wrong. Originally this galaxy was ruled by powerful archmagesses. They are the ones that built the technologies of old, the arc drives, arc gates, before it was all destroyed and lost to time.
The voice does speak. There were
Go on.
3 of us. Me, sisters. War broke out. Bored. I lost. We all
What's this?
lost.
What she says?
Ben was driven crazy. Experiments. I was slain. Pandora turned herself immortal.
I mean, I believe what she's saying is true. I don't know if she is who she says she is, but I think the history is correct.
Yeah, so Alia should also mention that the mother AI was Pandora, basically. The mother AI that governs all of the Imperium. The house is...
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
when she says turned herself immortal, you have a theory that, turned herself into an AI.
I mean, how much loyalty would Arya feel towards this mother AI? Surely quite a bit.
entirely down to your character and their motivations and the way that they acted. Pyrium, you're quite young, right? So
Yeah.
reform and new ideas would be running through your mind. Not exactly like your mother and father, who are completely like inundated with the political system, Terra Prima, right?
Yeah.
You're the only person in your family that's really not kind of like that loyal is your uncle and your aunt, being that
What,
obviously
the aptly named Hades guy?
yeah, the aptly named Hades Dion Nerosia Onkror. Yeah, his wife, Isolde Caldaria, is of the House of Mars. Obviously, Mars losing their independence. I ain't never been too keen on the old Mother AI.
Okay.
Fucking hell, Queen Lizzie in her final form. Fucking hell. Still getting me.
What say you, Celeste?
Say what?
We are debating whether we release her.
Right, I see. Why would we do that?
Well, on the one hand, she's fairly convinced that if we are to deliver her to her intended recipient, that the galaxy will shortly burn hereafter. However, if we are to free her, if she's to be believed, we can benefit from particular rewards.
Yeah, can I just ask one thing in between now? What the hell did you do on that station and why?
I didn't mean. I
Just,
was in stasis before. First door was on. I lost control of my power that had been built up. Yes, I did accidentally. And yes, I did attack you. I was attempting to let myself out. My powers, my realms of arc sorcery are to do with death. Invented, manipulate.
Sorry, if I
I,
could interject this time.
oh yeah,
There
go on.
was rewards mentioned?
Ah, the cell sword, the mercenary. It's always thee. What does thine heart desire?
Oh, you know, just the usual things. Wealth, luxury.
Those I cannot promise until I have grown. But in the meantime,
How long would this take exactly to retake your throne?
it's like a silence. Do not know.
I say we hand her over.
I can give you wealth. I can give you power. I can give you a long-lived, happy life. It just won't be real.
Oh, she's bad at this.
She can't lie. She's truthful. That's way truth. But seems like she's just being honest. My magic can give you long life. You won't know.
Everest, when it comes to like accidentally letting built-up energy go, is that something that you can prevent yourself from doing, or does it just keep happening?
I can prevent it now.
I'm not asking you.
I thought you were talking about.
Oh, you know when I'm really penned up, just shoots. That's why I locked the cockpit door.
Yeah, that's what I figure. So it keeps going. Yeah, it's not something that you can just prevent willingly.
These are a bit private, these questions. I have a call on the other end, guys. For our employer.
Uh huh.
Can you hurry up and either, doom the universe or not?
Oh yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at.
We do in the universe. Take us in.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, hold on.
And everyone's like, he's still like going back and forth and pretending the controls don't work.
Chicken wings.
Oh, I like it. So, like, yeah, you are getting Dr. Jared continuing, like, Rust Monster, don't come in now. I will send out a shuttle.
Ooh,
Yeah.
a shuttle. So
I
I
was-
was... this. So,
Are you saying the ship's not going forward? Because on my screen it looks like we're going forward.
You know what? Have you got any deception or anything like that?
No.
No.
Everyone
Well,
says nothing.
okay. Just roll an intellect check. Difficulty 5. Yeah. The guy's like, you're lying. You have 1 minute to comply.
Yeah, Captain, can you please decide quickly?
I saw that go.
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't agree with you on this one.
Is it for the immediate gains, or is it for...
She seems like nothing but trouble, if you ask me. And yes, there is the effect of I want to get paid, but we don't know if anything she says is true. And last time, as mentioned, she did attack us, and she did destroy a station. She's done more burning than anything else has.
Right. I guess I must trust my crew. Take her in, Mr. Everest.
Okay, remember to close that cargo door again so it doesn't look like we tried to negotiate with the Eldritch entity.
All of you hear like one sentence in your mind. You will live. Regret this.
yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's a long list of regrets, truthfully.
He got drunk once when he was a teenager.
No, like not normal drunk, really drunk, and he like drives into the station. I'm sorry, Doctor. We found the problem. I was just wiggling the stick back and forth.
Just take an experience. You've been fucking cracking me up all session. Anyway, so yeah, the ship, as it pulls towards the bay, over the bridge, Everest, you can see the bay is this huge open, like almost warehouse built into one of the sides of the steel plates. And as you walk towards it, a kind of like blue energy field opens up, and your ship is dragged in, sat down beside 3 or 4 other shuttles, and then behind you, you hear the woof as the energy shield reactivates. Those of you who are at the cargo bay, you do begin to hear stuff outside now. Like the roar of the
Obviously,
ship
as soon
and-
as we started going, we would have sealed up again.
Yeah. And Everest, from the bridge, you see 6 soldiers rushing towards your ship, all on, they're 3 each on what looks like small, like tactical kind of Land Rover-esque vehicles. And as they approach, they will get out and begin moving towards the cargo bay door. And they look very familiar. In fact, they look increasingly familiar the closer they get. As you see them on the bridge, as you're looking over the bridge, They look like the Lost Marines that had invaded you during Ark Space.
Oh, motherfucker.
Are you opening the cargo bay?
Okay. Yeah, this is the pilot speaking. You know the motherfuckers that stabbed us in Ark Space? They're in front of the door.
You what now?
Again?
The Ark Space invaders. There's more of them in front of the door. I think we're getting double crossed.
Well, there's an easy way to fix that. As Titan, of course, so is the cargo bay.
Wait, let me just do one quick comms call to the doctor.
Alright.
I'm sorry, doctor. This is the Rust Monster speaking.
There's a sigh.
Are you double crossing us right now?
What are you even talking about? Of course not.
Your soldiers, they attacked us like a day ago.
No, they didn't.
No, they did.
No, they didn't. What the fuck are you speaking about? Rust Monster, open your cargo bay so we can take our cargo. You can get paid, and we can send you on your way.
Well,
Or maybe
no,
you'd like to stay for the fireworks. Whatever you choose to do, open the damn cargo bay.
Oh, he just said the word fireworks. I really don't like that.
Yeah, I'm still thinking we're getting double crossed, to be honest. No, Captain's decision. I'm not making decisions.
I'm gonna just go roll some dice. 1 sec.
We gotta open one door. Just gonna pick which one.
Oh, decisions, eh, group?
I still have the mind we let her go.
How's the how locked down are ship systems?
Like, they're under your control. If you were to, like, try to get out, you could override it.
Define
right?
your.
Yeah, you could override, like the traction beam that they use. Like, easily. It's used there for guidance.
The doors.
Oh, yeah.
And define your control.
Oh, it's Everest control currently. But yeah.
Yeah. That's the specifics I needed.
Yeah. It's up at the bridge, right? I mean, actually, there's a panel
I don't
down
know.
in
I assumed
there
there'd
is-
be a panel. At
There
the
is a
door.
panel down in the cargo bay, yeah, that you could use. And currently, you know, it's just a 6x6 inch screen, currently with just a red glow on it and a handprint like
Alright.
ready, yeah.
I'll open the door.
Alright, Everest. You see that on the panel up ahead, the cargo bay door goes from red to blue. And begins
Meanwhile, Tane walks over to the to the like container that she's in, starts looking around for a button.
well, remember there's two doors, right? So,
Yeah. So the first one we know how to open, so I assume I just open that.
yeah, okay. Oh, so you've got that door open.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, cool. And he revealed the blue energy field. The blue energy field looks like the same sort of technology that was on this station. Like, to keep, obviously, the vacuum of space out of this warehouse you're in. Actually, I guess the way I could describe it is literally Star Wars Episode 2, you know, the beginning where they land in. That kind of force field. But yeah, you're gonna try to release her?
Mhm.
Holy shit, this is some crazy. Celeste, so you've walked over and opened the door. The cargo bay begins slowly turning. Not turning, but slowly lowering.
Everest
Meanwhile-
locks the cockpit door.
This is fucking. Oh my god, this is insane. Alia, what are you doing?
Has she noticed that Tane is going to go release?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just.
Yeah. Going to
I
jump
wasn't
in.
being stealthy about it.
Miss Queen, do our previous deals still stand?
You hear nothing.
Do I notice anything?
Oh yeah, like
Nope.
obviously you do. Yeah,
Let's go
like
then.
It's PvP time. Let's go.
Yeah, PvP doesn't work very well in this system, so I'm hoping you can avoid it as best.
Well, we could try and RP it out.
That would be my preference.
Alright, how would you RP losing the last 5 minutes of your memory?
What happened in the last 5 minutes, Liam?
Everything.
I don't know.
I mean,
Does
that's my option. I'm not a combat focused person, but can fuck up your brain somewhat. And yeah, I mean, fuck your resolution. Sorry, I feel like this is life or death now. She's just gone to open the door, and then this fucker gets out. I'm gonna be the first point of call that gets fucked. She's in wary fucking danger mode, and if it calls to erase some of your brain pattern, then that happens, or attempts to happen anyway. Liam, you have to debate on how PvP
Right,
works.
so what we got here is there's 3 people in the hangar bay, in the cargo bay, right? All with different views. So, in order of action, there's gonna have to be initiative. So,
Sure.
yeah, I mean,
I'm not taking any action for now. I'm just looking around the thing, so you can skip mine. And
yeah, but you may
happens to me.
you may like get to the thing, and then if this fails, and then you manage to open the door on your turn, it, you know.
Sure. I can give you some initiative. That's fine.
Would you like me
But
to
I cannot.
drag your tokens out? There you go. just so they're there.
Already out.
Yeah, Everest doesn't need initiative. He's not gonna do anything. He's like, it'll all work itself out.
Where the fuck is even initiative anymore?
Right click your token.
Isn't it? Oh, you do it from there, don't you? Oh, it's already rolled, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Which map? Oh, you're on the Rust Monster map.
Yeah, you're on the
I was
wrong
on
map.
the world map. That's,
Oh, I'm on the right map. We're on the Rust Monster.
yeah, I guess, but I don't use that map. But okay.
You should start using it. It's literally there for a reason.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
our
moving
ship
over.
map.
fine, pal. I'll move over as well.
He rolled a 19, so
Where is token?
you,
No, thanks.
you roll it. I'll edit it. It's because you rolled a 19 in the other one.
Can you
Alia,
remove mine so I can roll?
Yep.
did you not?
So what am I rolling? Sorry.
No, I haven't actually rolled because
Okay.
it was already in there from last time I tried to actually use this map because we were on this map, but
Right.
we weren't.
Ow. And Alia, initiative.
Initiative. Yep.
Right click your token. Click the.
Click the.
Bottom right button.
Let me do it for some reason. Hang on 1 second. I'll just
I've
do it the
added
normal way.
it. I've added it.
Thanks.
I don't know why it doesn't work when you do it, but
Because it's on the wrong map as well.
yeah, that's why. Anyway, Tane, you are first. So we're going to the point when you've started to move to the box, right? So Alia has noticed you go, like, as the cargo door's going down, she's noticed you begin to move. So that's when the initiative's kind of started, right? You've moved
Yeah,
towards
sure.
it. So Tane, it's your turn.
Yeah, so I'll just move towards it and open the first door in that case.
Yeah, like it. Move towards it, and the door opens automatically. So your movement, your action is to get in there, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Celeste, I've read your ability. You just have to make an intellect check, right? It says, yeah, made an intellect roll on a success. So yeah, he's. I normally say playable characters are level like 4 basically. Because it's bog standard, right? I don't want to say just because you're tier 1 it should be difficulty 1, right?
No, that's fine.
Don't you
That's
just want
perfectly
him to
fine.
get a speed defense roll or something to decide what his level for the defense is?
I could do that, couldn't I? But it would be an intellect roll, to be honest. That's actually a really good idea, Adrian. I like that one. So it would be an intellect roll, obviously. So he would have to get difficulty 2. Yeah, so it's difficulty 2. You want to try to erase his memory.
How desperate are you, out of game chatting, just to have a bit of resolution? How desperate are you to get this thing out?
Oh, not at all. Like, he's just bored of waiting.
Okay. I'm trained in it. Easy get 1 step and I'll effort it to take it to 0.
Wait, you're trained in erase memory? Where?
I'm trained in all illusion and trickery abilities.
Okay, yeah.
Including trickery to the DM.
I'm just going to change it to fuckery.
Yeah, and you did you say you were spending 3 intellect?
Well, I'll spend 1 because I've got edge 2 in it.
Oh, you do. So, you do that, and Tane, you stop. Not kind of like, yeah, you can roleplay it the way you want.
Yeah, I feel like this conversation had been going on for a while, so
You kind of
let's
like,
put a cap.
yeah, you'd
Let's
remember
put a
the
cap
start
on the
of
5
it.
minutes. So I definitely don't remember the pirate stuff, right? That they came to, or the marine stuff, because that's
No, yeah.
just
You would
happened
remember
now.
the beginning or the first minute of the conversation about who, kind of like her introducing herself and calling you, you know, my knight.
Yeah, and I mean,
And then
all
after
the.
that, it goes dead. Like,
I mean, I think the conversation in real time was like half an hour. So let's so that I remember the gist of it, and I'll be looking around and be like, so Captain, did we make a decision now? Finally, I'm getting kind of bored over here.
alright, I guess it's Arlia's turn then. Arlia, you just saw this happen.
Arya is, to be fair, to answer Rocket's earlier question, completely panicking because she fully believes the galaxy is about to burn, especially after his fireworks comment. So she is going to open into a sprint towards the Queen. And if the door is open, she's going to go to try and do everything she can to free it.
Yeah, so it takes you an action to get there first. So there's that.
Okay, action to get there then.
Yeah.
Just see her sprinting at me, and I'm just like, whoa, what you doing?
What's actually holding her there? Is
Like,
it just the chain?
like a blue energy field.
Okay, so she'd have to get there and then identify what's actually that is. Yeah, fine.
Yep. Alright, so Tane, you're just standing there confused. But it's your turn.
Hello? And I was just like
She's ran at
see-
you, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see her
Yeah.
panicking.
Would she have time to say we're letting her out?
I mean, yeah, as you were running, yeah.
We're letting her out.
All right, that's what we're doing. But how does this work? And I think that's Tane's turn because he has no idea.
Yeah, okay.
Unless it's mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's
Doesn't
not
look
mechanical,
it's blue. Like I said, it's a blue energy field. It looks very.
yeah. But
Yeah.
sure, what I mean is like if it's something where you just press a button to deactivate it, he would obviously know how that works because he's got bioarms stuff. But if it's something more sophisticated, then it's just like, yeah, all right, carry on then, and I'll
Right.
step outside. I'll
Behind-
see at that point, see Celeste like probably frantically doing
She looks
something.
like a deer in headlights standing by the airlock at the moment, just staring.
Yeah, and the door's still opening, right?
Yeah. Well, it's half open already, and you start to see the heads of the soldiers.
Shit!
As soon as I see the heads, I'll draw my gun
Oh shit! Oh shit! This-
because I don't remember anything except that we've seen these guys invading our ship.
Oh yeah! I mean, that makes total sense, really. Yeah.
Oh
No.
man, I'm definitely rolling a new character. I'm so fucked.
So Celeste, it is your turn.
I've got
fuck.
nothing really, so
I'm gonna put this on. Fuck it.
I mean, you're fucked. I've got 2 and 3 in my speed pools.
I kind of jump towards the top of the airlock, like pull my head above it, and just shout for them to hurry. There's been a breach.
The betrayal. Holy shit!
It's not betrayal.
It's actually quite clever, to be
Aliens.
fair. Yeah, it's quite clever.
All right. So yeah, Celeste, you shout that. Give me a second.
And assuming that it's relatively free to speak, I will use my distortion ability on myself just in case shit goes down.
It looks like it is. The first Marine you see looks up, but like you see they've still got that technology that the other Marines had where they could phase through things like you can. But it's like an awkward angle. It's like they might as well just wait for the bay to come down. They're like, you see the guy kind of go to do it with his hand, and then he's like, there's no point. And they'll just stand back. All of them go with pulse rifles, and then aim. All 6 of them. Alia, you're in front of the energy field.
Can she immediately spot?
Sorry.
Sorry, what was that?
Alright.
These marine things, do they look as fucked and weird as the other ones?
Yeah.
Or yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Carry on. Sorry,
Fucked
Todd.
and weird. No, it's alright. Does she spot like a control panel? Did she clock one earlier? I mean, she's quite engineering, so
So, like, there's a blue energy field, and behind the blue energy field are these parts of these machines, like, that create it. So, obviously, the mechanics are protected by the energy field. Physics. If you've got anything in physics.
she is very good with physics. She is trained.
Well, okay. So you would know, right, that physical matter can't travel through this energy field. Like as in bullets, people, things like that. But you would, I don't know what's going on your end, but the music's coming through super loud, Todd.
Hang on, because I turned it down earlier and now it's gone back up again. Back down.
Yeah, it's because I put the battle music on. Yeah, so stuff like plasma rifles and like arc sorcery should go straight through it. Maybe not arc sorcery it. Things that are like that ignore energy.
Shit, do we have any of that? No, I don't. That's Perpy.
Hey,
Hang on, let me have a think. So any kind of plasma and any kind of arc sorcery, do we have like any sort of plasma-based tools?
you have an arc drive.
Shit. Not nearby though, surely.
No, no, it's not nearby.
So, based on the fact that she knows physics, but I not as much, what would that actually entail? Bringing the arc drive up? Because that just seems a bit untenable.
Well, you're smart. You turn around and you can see Tane. Tane has a pulse rifle. Literally in his hands, aimed at...
Okay, so could I spend my turn giving 2 orders instead of doing anything else?
You can say one thing. You've spent most of your kind of turn learning this information, really.
Mr. Tane, you're going to need to use that plasma weapon on that mechanical, on those instruments right there, and she'll point it out as clearly as she can.
And I'll just look at the guys who are about to come into the ship.
I assure you this is more pressing. And then I know that I can't because I've used everything, but she'll go towards her sniper on her back just to show that she's going to cover the door.
Yep. Everest, did you want to add yourself to initiative just in case you want to do something?
Yeah, I guess. Everest
Could make them eat fucking fire right now, surely. They're at the back of the
We
ship.
don't have guns on the ship.
We've got thrusters, surely.
Everest, no,
Alas,
we don't
just
have
the
anything.
Airlock is the front of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Poo.
Everest starts spinning the ship around.
You're going to try to take off with the cargo door open.
He gets ready to do it.
Let's roll initiative. You can click your button just so...
I did. I'm behind him.
No, you're on the world map. That's what you are.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, Todd, if you click the rust monster in the upper left, you'll come to the proper map.
Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the initiative order.
Mm-hmm. So I'm used to it happening for me because I'm a.
You are. Right, yeah, so Tane. At the top of the round, the doors at quarter down. You see they're about to, like, either shoot or climb in, most of them.
Well. Shooting at them, apparently.
Okay, the first one takes a... Was this the pulse rifle, yeah? Nice, okay. Yep, goes straight for his armor then.
You shooting at the soldiers?
Yeah, he's just shot the soldier.
He's such a batty boy.
He grunts, and Celeste next to you. You hear and see the sizzle of the pulse rifle hit the soldier, and he goes, "Ugh!" grunts as he falls to one side, spins, but manages to keep his footing. Pain, that is your turn. Celeste.
I'm so fucking torn between the cohesion of the party and what I think Celeste would genuinely do in this point of time.
It's the way shit goes, and I'm sure all of my players are mature enough to know that.
I mean, I'm literally rolling for the outcome because he's that impulsive and he doesn't know what to do, so go with what you feel.
Shall I 50-50 it as well then?
No, do what you feel. Like, if you
Yeah,
feel it's 50-50,
well
you do that, but if you feel like you just want to make a choice, then make the choice.
I don't want to fuck things over. But, yeah, she's in a shitty scenario. I think she wants the best outcome she can possibly get.
Mhm.
So, she's gonna far leap down the end of the corridor here, like all the way through to the end of the cargo bay. And that'll be her turn.
Yeah, so you far leap. Alright. Alia.
Hang on, I'm just working something out in my own brain that I should have done before my turn. But
You should have overwatched, right?
no, don't worry, it's not even that. I have 3 arc detonators, so I am going to use one of them on the force field juice stuff.
I'm assuming on your turn.
Yeah, on my turn, which you just said it was, right?
No, I need you to make 4 defense checks as they try to kill you.
Okay, what defense am I doing, sorry?
Difficulty 3, speed.
Beady boys.
Obviously, yeah, it's difficulty 3 because you are trained.
Yep. What can I add to this? Is it effort or edge? What am I thinking?
When you spend effort, you spend points of your speed to lower the defense. Lower the level, sorry. But you've got edge 1 in speed, so the first one costs 2.
Okay.
And you've got 2 efforts, so you can spend up to 2. So the first one always costs 3 minus your edge.
Yeah.
And then the next one costs 2, so it costs you 4 speed to lower it to 1. But that would only be on the first attack. So I'll tell you now, Todd, spending all of that speed like that is like spending hit points. You've got to weigh up the...
Okay, I'll just take the difficulty 3 for the moment because it's not awful. And I'll roll a 1, of course, but here's the first one.
Alright, so the bullet ricochets off the wall, and as you do, you hear one of them say, "Don't aim for the force field!" Alright, next one. You are hit.
Yep.
Your might pool takes 3 damage.
Okay, next one.
Yeah, next one.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Your might pool takes 3 damage. You are impaired.
Impaired's not too bad. And the last one, I'll spend some speed.
You can spend 2 to
spend
downgrade
2,
it to a level 2.
Ah, no need.
Yep, so you managed to dodge out the way of this one, and you got a natural 20. It ricochets inside and destroys one of the machines on the energy.
Sweet.
Only 1 more to go.
She flips them off.
Wait, I'm still not done. Sorry, Tane, can you make 2 checks Don't shoot you do.
Uh-huh. I am trained in speed defense.
So difficulty 3. Yep. And the next one hits you for 3 damage to your might ball. Which would go over to your speed if you...
Yep.
Alright. Alia.
Yep. My turn?
It is your turn.
Okay, so physics. My arc detonators, right? Are the actual devices just going to harmlessly batter off the shield before they can actually do anything? Or is that actually going to be a actionable plan?
It's a physical detonation. Explodes with radiation. It's not physical. Like, it's not going to, harm a machine, right?
So it's not going to... Okay, fine. In that case, they're all clustered up over there, so she's going to lob one at them instead. Let me just read what they do before I do that. Level 6.
I can't, I want to point stuff out for you, Todd, but I'm not going to.
Well, I wouldn't... Yeah, without it, I wouldn't.
I'm going to whisper something to Rocket. He's going to find it.
Do I have, a plasma-based...
I'm not saying shit.
Because I thought it was all, bullets.
Okay, so you're throwing a grenade, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. They all take 6 damage. That's fucking... Yeah, arc detonate. Deals taking damage equal to Cypher level. So yeah, they all take 6 damage.
Boom.
That's painful.
Mr. Tane, the apparatus, if you will.
Okay, so Alia, that was your turn. Everest.
Everest spins
wait.
the ship around.
Yeah, on the actual communications device, you hear Dr. Jarrod. How dare you? You will comply. Alright, and you're gonna try to make the ship take back off, right?
Yeah, he's on comms. I'm complying, right now. He just starts turning the ship.
Alright, so can you make a pilot check, difficulty 5? Because you are in a confined space with an energy field behind you. You're just basically floating in a warehouse. There's no way of getting out without you disabling the energy field.
Okay, so... Which one determines how much less the first level of edging
Edge.
costs? So edge 1 means the first edge costs me 2 points, right? And effort
No, it
just
means the first effort costs.
Yeah. So you spend effort, and that's the term. Your level of effort is how many times you can spend. So, how many levels you can try to reduce it by, right? So you could spend.
Okay, no, that's what I was asking. So I have 2 efforts, so I could reduce it by 2 levels. But edge means the first level costs me 1 less.
Yeah.
Because I have 1 edge. Okay. So I can only edge once. Because my intellect pool is down to 6. Now it's down to 4. So I'm gonna
It's each
edge.
level of effort, right?
No.
Oh,
Which
for
is the
fuck's
first
sake.
It's just the total. It's just the total. So you calculate how much it costs. First one's free. Every level is 2, and then you minus your edge off the end.
Gotcha.
Okay, so I edged. I am skilled in piloting, so difficulty 3 in total I need to hit.
Okay.
Oh.
So what happens here is the first 3 are able to use their immediate action to get on the ship, right? But the last 3 that were in rank and file are left behind and flung back this way, while the first front rank of 3 are still on the ship. So you take off maybe 15 foot, 20 foot into the air and turn the ship around facing the energy shield. And you just hear, "Don't you dare," over the comms device.
Captain, I'm calibrating an arc jump.
Don't you dare!
Do what you must.
You have full clearance, Mr. Everest?
Yeah, you better close that door before I do.
Alright, Tane, it's your turn.
shooting at the device, but probably missing.
I'm afraid you were one off. Like, you needed, like, one. You could spend an XP to reroll, but it's up to you.
I don't feel like Tane's heavily invested in the outcome. He just wants something to succeed.
Alright, so, Tane, is that your turn?
Yeah. I'll try and duck around the corner a little bit if I have a little bit of movement to do that. Just 2 feet.
Celeste,
That's it.
at the start of your turn,
Yep, go on.
I'm going to give you a GM intrusion.
Sure.
Okay, take an experience, give it to someone else. Give one to someone else.
It's Tane's turn, I think.
Tane, take an experience.
Yep.
Celeste, a wave of nausea washes over you. A remnant, the shrooms, the spores that were inside your chest. Everything is increased by 1 level.
Cool.
Your
I'm not
turn.
doing anything. I leap to the end and
Oh,
go
damn it.
upstairs. Nice.
Okay. Alright, this Marine draws his sword, rushes into where the chamber was, and as he runs, you see the radiation burn all over him. Alia, can you make a speed defense? This guy's going in with his sword.
Yep, gonna spend an. Oh,
You're already impaired.
yes, I know. I really need my next turn as well because I think I realise what you're mugging me off about. I'll do it. Hey.
He swings at you and you manage to like limp and then roll away, and his sword hits the energy field, leaving the blue sparks as it goes. Next one runs in. He runs up the wall, uses his action, lands right here, doosh, lands in front of Tane with his sword out. That was his action. He had to, like, you know, do the cool matrix one up the wall and stuff. This last Marine moves in. You know the little the space you're in, Alia, with the creature. It's very cramped, and this guy climbs to the wall, climbs to the ceiling above you, and then phases through the wall. Everest,
Yeah.
you begin to see a hand appear on the ground above you, phasing through. They go much quicker than Celeste does, but we'll leave that there. Alia, it's your turn.
Okay. Gonna use her photonic hand thing.
That is indeed what I was laughing about.
And she's gonna try and. How many did you say there were? Like little devices? Was
Well,
there
one's
just
been
two?
destroyed, and there was one left.
Yeah, she's gonna try and just yank it off the wall with the photonic handy boy.
Yeah, so the photonic hand, right? Creates a glowing copy of the user's hand at a spot within range. So behind the energy field, I'm assuming?
Yep.
The hand is 10 feet tall and made of solid light. It's basically Big B's hand, right?
Yeah.
When activated, the hand attacks a target with immediate range. The hand inflicts 4 points of damage and prevents the target. While held this way, the target has +2 to armor. Alright, yep, so you summon it behind the hard light wall and smash it.
Nice. Does it do the job?
It does. The energy field
Boo.
flickers. It flickers and then vanishes. And then you see this thing look up. Stitched eyes looking at you.
You are free.
Everest, your turn. You see a marine, an arc marine, appearing through the floor. It's like something out of a horror movie. It's just slowly phasing through.
Everest shotguns his hand.
Oh, okay, go ahead. Difficulty 4.
But just his hand.
Yeah, you're aiming at a hand.
Yeah, but it's like barely. It's like slowly moving through the floor. How is this difficult?
Okay, yeah, difficulty 3 because I mean they're level 4. I'll give it increased. Yeah. How much damage is that? 4.
Yep.
bang! You blow off the ends of his fingers and part of his hand.
Sorry. Captain's cockpit. I know my turn.
Alright. Initiative count 30.
Just gonna go for a weasel boys, excuse me, sorry.
I was about to explain to Alia what actually happened, but...
I will wait then.
Yeah, initiative count 30. You see her shake, move, and then the chains above her shatter. She falls to the ground in like a pile. You see that most of her body begins to twist and contort. Tane, it is your turn. You can head off now, Tom.
Thanks.
Well, I just like expect something big to happen.
Doesn't seem so yet.
Well, screw this. Yeah. Runs a little bit backwards, and had his experience that he had before when fighting these guys with a gun, which just didn't work out at all. He's just gonna try and like grab the sword arm.
You can try and disarm.
Yeah, or grab his sword, one of the two.
Right, so I found the rules for this, by the way, earlier. It turns out I'd made a note of it, but never really... It says here, a minor effect, disarm, you subtract 4 from your damage. So you just deal no damage, but it's the same sort of attack. You have to roll level. That's it.
Okay.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, so as he goes in for the swipe, you bring your gun up and then just hit him in the face. And as he turns, you just grab the wrist, bend it back, and then kick the sword across the ground. He goes and skitters away.
That'll do.
Yep. Celeste.
I full round move and then pass my turn.
Right, where are you heading?
Are you
Engineering.
going to the shuttle bay?
Okay. Alia, are you back?
I'm back.
Alright. This Marine moves in with his sword. Can you make a speed defense check?
Yeah, I feel like this may be it for me.
Yeah, it's difficulty 4, I'm afraid.
Yep.
So you take 4 damage to your speed pool.
Oh my god.
Alright, the Lost Marine takes a step back from you, Tane. You've disarmed it. He brings his hands up and goes in to whack you with its fist. Can you make a speed defense check?
Yep, again, trained.
Yep, cool. Yep, you dodge out the way. Both of you are now like engaged in some sort of boxing match. Except you have a gun. Everest, the Marine, clambers through on the floor, and the first thing he does is ah! That was his turn to phase through. Alia, your turn.
Where's the cargo bay door button?
At the other end.
And if I go past him in this corridor, does he get a space attack of opportunity?
I don't know. I don't think attack opportunities are a thing in.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
No. So yeah.
Okay, she'll literally space barge past him and slam her hand down on the button to start closing it.
All right. Does take about 3 rounds for it to close, but.
Yeah, no, she's just hit the button.
Everest, your turn.
I shotgun the screaming man.
Go ahead. Oh, she just fucking blew him away.
Everest has a buff when he's in his cockpit.
It's that they all got hindrances on their defense because the smell up here.
No, don't get cocky.
Yes, he has lair actions.
So Tane, it is your turn.
So I'll throw
Oh,
web once every
Wait,
round.
Tane, it is not your turn. Behind you, Alia, you turn to face this Marine, and then he stops. And as he turns to the ground, he turns into dust and fades away. And then you see the naked woman walking out of the box. She has a Instead of like that twisted leg, you see it's now fully formed, and what was once that tentacle is wrapped around like her midriff, obviously hiding her nevers. And you see it undulates and moves, and then her head snaps around to where Tane is. Tane, it's your turn.
About time.
Do you reckon Everest can fight and watch the cameras at the same time?
Well, whatever's gonna
I've
happen, I'm
just
gonna.
heard that they're covered up anyway, so...
I'm just. Well, first thing I want to do is just run away from this guy, basically, to the nearest like wall, and hook myself to it.
Yeah, okay.
Because if the ship's gonna go flying with the door open, that's not gonna end well.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume that's my action.
That is. Celeste.
Pull the arc core.
Alright, I'm going to need you to make me a intellect check. Level 5.
I'll double effort.
What did you do? What did you say? What's he doing?
He's yoinking the Arcor out of its drive
Oh
slot.
shit!
Alright, without points in engineering, you yank the cables away. Immediately you're electrocuted, but you do pull it away. You take 4 damage to your might pull from being electrocuted, but the moment it does, that whirring that you've got used to for the last hour just dies, and immediately, Everest, you sit in the cockpit and go, oh no. And you just know what's happened. There's no arc core.
What a bitch!
Alright, so you've locked yourself against the wall, right? The Marine looks down, and you see the woman walking towards him. She's got that sort of walk, that confidence, and he kind of runs, goes for his sword, and charges at her. Alia. The
Yeah.
doors maybe quarter closed.
Okay, but she's good. She's done her bit as far as she's concerned. Can she see this guy here?
Yeah, she can see him, but more importantly, you can see the creature that was in the box moving towards him.
Oh, so he's pretty dead. In which case, doors quarter the way closed. I still can't see any Marines because he's turned the ship, right?
Well, the ship's gone full 180, right? So
Yeah.
the 3 of them that weren't in the actual hangar bay were like kind of flung away.
She'll overwatch it while it's still open and then say, Mr. Everest, not long now and you can make the jump.
Okay, Everest, your turn.
Yeah, Missy, that won't do. We got a rat. And he kicks open his cockpit door and does like, what is this? Is this a short distance or a long distance?
That would be a long distance, so yeah, it would take you like the full round to run that.
Yeah, he runs back towards the end of the ship.
Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming the door's closed, so you don't see nearing.
Depends if they're automatic or not. She didn't have time to shut it.
Yeah, it's automatics. Okay, Tane. No, not Tane. Sorry, I need to roll. The soldier runs towards her, and she grabs the sword, punches him in the chest, and he just disintegrates in a circle.
Hate it when that happens.
Tane, it's your turn. She does walk past you. Spares you a glance, even though she has no eyes.
I'll shrug it around. Like, yeah. I mean, Dane doesn't have a fucking clue what's going on because he's not. He just stays strapped in.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Celeste.
Comes out, sees Everest, does a U-turn, slams herself in the escape pod and hits the button.
Okay, shoots you out into the warehouse. Quite at some speed as well. Like, you're not shot out into space. You're like shot into the warehouse. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that. I mean, I assumed that because it's designed for use in space, it doesn't go flying off like a escape from a jet fighter or something, because it doesn't need velocity or much velocity in space.
It's obviously it does propel itself out because it doesn't want to be trapped in a crumbling or destroyed ship.
Hoped that it wouldn't be going at like Mach 3 or something.
No, but I guess I would require not speed, like a might check from this, is to see how well your body withstands the fact that you're inside a tube that just smashes into
If
the
it's a
ground.
might check, then probably not very well at all. There you go, called it.
You get in and you go BAM! Poof! Your lights go out.
I thought as much.
Like you just
I was just like, motherfucker, I did get double crossed.
yeah, it's just that moment where you go bang, and then there's that G-force, and then you just remember nothing. It's just black. Alright, so there's no more enemies. What's going on, party? You see, like, Tane and Alia, you do see this creature moving up the staircase up towards where Everest actually.
I mean, Everest just doesn't know what happened in the warehouse because he was busy shooting a guy and then running away, so he's just gonna do his best to put the warp core back in. Like, she yanked it out badly, right? Like,
She went with
No,
it.
she has the warp core.
oh, she took it with her!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a mega bitch!
What a mega bitch!
Well, that was the whole point. She's taking the warp core so she can fuck off and buy her own ship. She's not stupid.
What a mega bitch!
She doesn't want to live with the Eldritch Horror. She wants to live in palatial luxury.
So is this door closed yet, Liam?
I'd say yes. And the ship's hovering, and you do begin to hear ricochets off the hull of the ship.
She'll holster, start running down here. Mr. Everest, I'd appreciate a quick status report.
The bitch stole the warp core. The arc drive. I swear I studied this.
The good doctor?
No, the fucking bitch you hired. Whose first thing she did was double-cross us. She double-crossed us again.
Okay, so Tane, you're still like, you do see like the hangar bay door close. And by the way, Kyandela stands next to you, Everest, and you turn to see her for the first time.
Motherfucker. What?
Greetings, pilot.
Hey. I'm Everest.
She leans forward,
Uh,
gives you a sniff, then backs off. You will be rewarded. Would you like to leave?
yeah.
Turns towards where the warp drive was. Holds her hand out. And her hand begins shaking, and you see it glow blue. Then, pilot, I would leave if I... And you begin to hear ding 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 as rifles are being shot at the ship. Everest, when you reach the bridge, it's like almost you can't see out because they've shot the fuck out of it. And at one point, you look down the bridge, and on the edge of the ship, you see one of those Lost Marines. He's like charging towards the bridge.
He starts the engine and goes.
As you start the engine, the UI for the warp core comes up.
Oh, she's space magicking this. Where the fuck would we even go? I head for the Unquil homeworld.
Oh shit!
Fucking hell.
And boom! And that's where we'll end today's session.
Nice.
What the fuck, guys? What the
So,
You say what the fuck, but that was a really bloody good session.
It was.
That was
Yeah.
sick.
That was insane. Just stuff that occurred. Well played. I don't know if Rock is going to create a new character or anything, but all of you get 2 experience for that session. But
I assume so.
well, it's either that or we just like solo roleplay your adventure. But no, yeah, we'll get to.
I'd love to hear her epilogue if she does manage to wake up and then use stealthiness to get the fuck off this station and become a millionaire somewhere. It'd be interesting, but no, I'll roll a new character obviously because.
All right, well,
she's fucked herself for use in the.
Yeah, that's very true. But that was a great session. Well done. Everyone gets 2 experience, and we go ahead and end there, and we'll be back in 2 weeks' time to see what happens in Terra Prima.
2.